A Science of Change, podcasting by Gilmore Crosby, social scientist, author, and organization development professional since 1984. Greetings, listeners. Today, I have, as I sit here in snowy Delaware, a guest who's in Florida, Ilsa Duverney, who is an organization development professional and in charge of an organizational development organization in the Caribbean. And Ilsa, I'll let you just explain that. Go ahead and do your own little introduction.
Okay, good morning, Gil. It is
Good
great to
morning.
be here. As you just said, I'm Ilsa Duverney, and I am from Kingston, Jamaica, uh, now in Florida. And I have a company which is called the Caribbean Center for Organization Development Excellence Limited, CARI-CODE, and we were established actually about 20 years ago. We rebranded from a company called Productivity Plus, which I started somewhere around 1987, but it segued into CARI-CODE. And so I've been functioning as a OD professional and an OD consultant, process consultant, and I've been doing that for the past let's call it 20 years as CARI-CODE, but I would say maybe half a century as an OD person. So that's
Nice,
me.
all the way back to 1987.
Right.
Yeah, I started 84, uh,
Okay.
between us we have some experience.
Right. Well, actually, I actually started in, if you want to call it, because I was into just training and development at, way back in the 70s,
Wow.
77. That's when I did my first OD course with a industrial lawyer. I would his name was Jack London, and he brought Marvin Weisbord's six-box model to Jamaica, and he had a workshop. And this was way back then in the 70s. And that
Cool.
was the first time I was introduced to, I would call it, the OD techniques, methodologies, and so forth.
I've met Marvin.
Yeah,
Sweet
yes.
man.
Yeah, oh, yes, yes, he is. I like, well, actually, Productive Workplaces, I kept it like a Bible. He has that book out, Productive Workplaces. And the search conference for me, his search conference has been the most powerful tool that I've used as an OD person.
Interesting. I've used that also.
Yeah.
He passed away.
Yes, I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But looking at the past, the present, and the future,
Uh-huh.
and visioning. That's the piece that got me.
Cool. That's
Yes.
fun. Fun work to do.
Oh yes, we took magic carpet rides and we went in rocket ships, as we
Okay.
OD people tend to do. Everything is experiential, so we have this experience, out of body experience, all kind of experiences, and it's fun. It's fun, but we learn, and that's the big thing.
Nice. So, just going way back, were you actually born in Kingston?
I was born in Kingston. It's in an area they call Vineyard Town. I was born on Langston Road in Vineyard Town, and many, 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 many moons ago. And having done that, I went to prep school in Kingston, Mary Morris Nib. Then I moved on into high school, which is my alma mater, Convent of Mercy Academy Alpha. It's a Catholic school.
Okay.
And having moved from that, well, what happened, they actually have given me an award for excellence, a Woman of Excellence award through my alma mater. And then I moved on to university, went to University of the West Indies and did my degree in communication and social sciences.
Nice. I
So,
didn't realize that there were Catholics in Jamaica until I
oh
started to
yes,
to know some, and so
Mhm.
I've worked closely. Actually, one of my best customers there,
Yes.
Catholic. Are you Catholic?
I am Catholic, yes.
Cool.
Yes, I mean, I maintain that, but I have roamed. I've been
Uh,
a roamer. I've roamed. I mean, I've explored. I find that it's about my spirituality now. That's where I've reached. It's not so much religion, you know,
sure, sure.
but because I was brought up in the faith, I tend to gravitate to that. I don't agree with some of the principles, but basically, I think it is so much a part of me that I continue to be Catholic.
I've been to an Anglican uh,
At
service
church?
there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, on the campus. I know the bishop.
Oh, you mean in Jamaica?
Yeah.
Oh,
He actually had me do T group work uh,
okay.
with pastors, a group of pastors.
Right.
Uh,
I don't know the current bishop, but I mean I knew some of the previous bishops. They were actually good friends of mine, who have passed. And then my
huh.
sister, my cousin now, she's an Anglican priest because our family was really I would say my father's family was Anglican, very, very strong Anglican. And so, I started out as Anglican, but my mother took us into the Catholic faith. So that is how, we segued there.
Well, I may have met your cousin then, if she's an
She's
Anglican
Vaughan. She's Hilda
priest.
Vaughan. She's out in Santa Cruz, which is
Oh,
west where they got hit with the hurricane.
right.
But
That's where my
yeah.
wife is from.
Oh, really? I thought she was
Yes.
St. Anne.
No, Saint Elizabeth.
Oh, it's St. Elizabeth. Okay,
Yes.
Lisa, lovely. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
The
Uh-huh.
pretty girl parish, as she calls it.
Yes, they are really beautiful.
Yes. Well, she certainly is. So, uh, I'm not remembering the bishop's name right now. I'm embarrassed by that.
The
It'll come to
present
me
bishop.
later.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know him at all. But
Minnow.
it's okay.
Minnow.
Yeah,
Garth Minnow. Garth Minnow.
Miller. Okay.
He's the person at the top of the order, the Anglican order in
Right,
Jamaica.
right.
Yeah, he's very much into the workshops that I run and the tea groups, and so
Oh,
it's
yes, wonderful. Well,
yeah.
I did some work. Well, not with the Anglican Church, but in the Catholic Church. I actually went to the bishops in the Caribbean and did the search conference with them.
Okay, nice,
Yes,
nice.
it was fantastic. I mean, I'm saying, oh, will I get these guys moving? But they did. They did move. And we came up with a strategic plan for the Archdiocese for Kingston. I don't know how much the current bishop is using it, but that we have done quite a bit of church work there. And I did it at Alpha, my school as well. They have a historical center now
Uh-huh.
because the nuns have all gone. But they wanted to put that in, so we used a search to start that institution, because most of the founders and persons who had come in, they have all gone. So they are putting up this historical center to honor them and to keep the whole legacy going.
I love that kind of partnership.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you? I'm holding now my the Jamaican New Testament. This is the Patois version of the New Testament,
Okay. Uh-huh.
which some of the people you worked with there probably were involved. I mean, this is very carefully done.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Uh, well, it's helped me with my patois.
Wonderful. And you do a good job.
So somewhat. My
Right.
wife might disagree with that. So,
Yes, yes, yes. But my son was just telling me this past week. He says to me, standard English is not my first language. That's what he said to me
uh-huh.
when we were talking, because I was telling him how complicated English is. And
Yeah.
I used the word, and it has it. as a noun it meant one thing, as an adjective it meant another. And he said, "That's why I don't like English. You know, I prefer my patois." I
Well,
said, "Okay."
here's Luke, as best as I can pronounce the name of it. The good news about Jesus according to Luke.
Call it.
Anyway,
Okay.
this
So,
thing's wonderful. But well, so at least one thing you've done is future search, and you've done that with religious institutions, with people that are leading spiritual institutions. Uh, so just say more. Like, what's your favorite OD work to do, and what are you doing currently, and or talk about
yeah.
whatever you want.
Well, my favorite OD work, if you want to call it that, is really facilitating learning and experiential learning processes. Um, because that's when I come alive. That's when I call it I'm led by spirit. One of my colleagues this morning, she was talking with me and she says, "Oh, as you would say, it's spirit led." But yes, because I actually see, that acting out in my work with people, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that spiritual aspect of things, because I see development as not as infinite. It's a continuous spiral, and it's a circle, a circle of excellence which continues. And that's what the calling is for me, that I'm on
Mm-hmm.
a mission. I'm on a mission. And my mission, really, as I said, I don't know if it came from my upbringing, but my mission is really a spiritual mission, which is to develop people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have a passion for that I will go at lengths to do things that will develop people. And so this is why I actually segued from human resource, call it management, into human resource development. And I had actually been working in human resource before I sort of, settled in OD, organization development, because it's not about developing organizations, as a lot of people feel it's just organization, but it's development full stop of people. And
Sure.
once we're looking at that, it's people at work, which is what our founder, Kurt Lewin, spent his life dedicating it to, looking at groups, which is the work you do. That's why I got so fascinated, because I heard, oh, here is somebody that's actually, carrying forward that T group workshops and so forth. Because
And,
my
and
go
and
ahead.
work groups,
Work
actually
group,
working with
right? Yes,
actual work groups.
right. Because I'm
And,
really, I'm also a certified work team coach,
uh-huh.
certified coach for work teams particularly, and so that is sort of my orientation. So I like also to synergize and organize people, to go forward and realize their dreams and aspirations.
Well,
So go ahead.
your words are exciting to me. The work is to bring people to life in a new way,
Precisely.
and that's
Precisely.
the spiritual element, I think.
Right.
And do you know I wrote a book called Spirituality and Emotional Intelligence?
No, I didn't know you wrote a book on that.
Yes, I did. And it's
Well,
the book I use in my Kingston workshop. If you can be there, Ilsa, I'll let you in free. So,
and I would love to be there, but I could only come virtually because we're going to be having that
okay,
conference, and we have you down, Gil. I don't know how we're going to get you there, but
I
we're going to
know.
get you there.
Okay,
We're going to
cool.
get you there.
Right, but
Uh,
that's not till April, right? The
That's
conference?
in April, right? We're going
Yeah.
to have an OD transformation conference, I'd call it, because it's happening in OD Transformation Week.
Yes. Okay.
To do this work, you realize that you need to do things to establish and institutionalize what we do for sustainability and regeneration and all this sort of thing, it's important to put in those structures, as it were. Although I'm a very unstructured person, but
Good.
I believe and I respect structure.
Uh-huh.
So I work along with my colleagues. A few of them are very structured in thinking and so forth. But then I go all over the place and they say, but where are you going? What do you mean by that?
Well,
And
you,
I
you
say,
seem
I just went out there, but I'm back.
you seem quite spontaneous. Like I
Yes,
did that little talk for you and your organization, I don't know, 2 months ago.
yes,
And you guys have taken that and turned it into a paper and turned it into a movement of some sort. So,
yes. And we're
uh,
on that. You're involved in that too. And Lisa, I don't know if
uh-huh.
she knows it, but you're both going to be very involved in
Okay,
it.
good.
It's
Good.
called
I'll tell her.
Beyond Relief. And
Uh-huh.
it's about Beyond Relief, after the hurricane.
Sure.
So after disruption, which is what you spoke on for us and took us down that road. And I mean, that talk you gave on for that meeting which we had was so powerful that people left it saying, well, we need to do something more here. What can we do? And we decided that we needed, first of all, to approach the government. We needed to write a paper. We needed to get them, going and see how we could help them with the relief efforts. And
Nice.
so Dr. Corinne MacDonald, one of our people in OD in Jamaica, she put together this paper and we started moving along. And it's just, taking an effect that, I mean, it's just picking up and going along. So that's where we are with that.
Nice. It reminds me that a friend of mine that was at Jamalco was just positioning me with the last PNP government to
Mhm.
engage people across the island in a future, like a future search for
Search.
Jamaica.
Right,
Yeah, and then the party fell out, and
right.
so that opportunity didn't materialize. But it's the same, similar thing. How do you engage the people in helping, coming up with solutions for their own recovery?
Right.
Uh,
And I
yeah.
think, though, Gil, what has happened there is that, and it's unfortunate, and I think that certainly, whoever your friend was that connected you there, they are probably very receptive or more receptive, but it's not just about structuring, which is what I think a lot of the agencies and entities look at when we're talking about rebuilding or restructuring, that they're focused very much on the technostructural aspect, looking at the technical structure. How are we going to get the people? How are we going to, get them working and that sort of thing? Not
Hmm.
realizing that something like a hurricane has left people destitute, traumatized, don't know where to turn. When it comes to housing, the house was gone. The work has gone because, I've been coaching some people now in Jamaica who they've lost their whole livelihood, their whole
Sure.
work. This person, she used to sell stuff in the crafts market, make things and sell them, and the
Hmm.
market is down. There's no more market, and people would come in. She didn't go to them, so she was just left there, not knowing where to turn. And fortunate for her, she had a vision of doing things, and she used the dresser drawers that were split apart in the hurricane. She made them into beds and planted in them because she didn't have land space. And so she's now harvesting callaloo, which is,
Okay.
right. And she is feeding her
Good for
family
her.
because her income was cut. And she's now getting ready to sell some around the village or the wherever she is. So she seems to be somebody who got a vision. So she won't perish. She's not going to
Right.
perish because she had the vision of change. So we want to work with the relief efforts to vision the change which a lot of people might say, oh, that's hairy fairy stuff. But if we don't vision that, then the change won't be systemic and it won't be sustainable.
And the people will come up with things like the
Oh
woman you just
yes,
mentioned
they
that
know best. Right,
no one else could ever come up with that.
right.
She was dealing with her own what's in front of her with her own resiliency and
Right. And she owns it. She owns it now. It's hers. And I said to her, you keep on and what she's doing, we have the technology now. So she's using AI and technology in a sense because what she's doing is she is videotaping the whole experience, and she tells what happened today and how she planted the things and whatever. I said, you keep that going, girl, because that is going to be for somebody, some youngster out there, or somebody who finds themselves in your position with a family to feed and not knowing where to turn. So though the psychosocial aspects of it is what we in OD advocate, as you know.
yep.
Um, Looking more at what happens from a psychological perspective,
In
and
group
so
dynamics, she's influencing others.
precisely.
Yeah,
But
and
what I am finding happens is that persons who are at the top and the government, we don't realize how important this aspect is the mindset. We need to do that. Emancipate yourself, Marcus Garvey said, from mental
yes,
slavery. We need to emancipate ourselves. I mean, Bob Marley took it, he made it popular, but it's very important that we, free our minds and work with that aspect to
none
make
but
the
ourselves.
change.
None
Right.
but ourselves can free our minds.
None but ourselves. So that's what I think we want to, that's a message we want people to realize and to buy into so that the transformation will be sustainable and will
Yes,
continue to vision and regenerate.
and it would be a lot less expensive for the government to support
Precisely.
local efforts than for the
Mhm.
government to think they have to fix everything themselves.
Everything and everybody.
Yep, yep.
But that's our nature in a sense, we're survival people, and there's that tendency. But our call right now is to get persons not only in Jamaica, because we rebranded the company to be called Caribbean Center for OD, because we really wanted to partner with the region. We believe a lot in collaboration and to collaborate. And this is why, Gil, in the work I've been doing over the years, I've actually started three associations. The first one was the Jamaica Association for Training and Development, and that we carried for 20 years. Till we, the personalities came into play because we had to recruit a lot of HR persons to be members of that association. But I feel if people, especially when it's a new discipline or a new, area of work, that we were moving from personnel to HR, human resource. And the heaviness was for me in developing the people. But we had persons who were very much into, they wanted to focus on managing the people, and there was a conflict there. So whilst we were going on with this Training and Development Association, the human resource people who were part of the body felt they
Uh-huh.
wanted to call it the Human Resource Association. And so I said, well, you know something, I'm going to leave this association now, which I started, and you go ahead with this. And I went on to form the Customer Service Association. So
So there's still a Caribbean HRD or something
no,
that.
with the HRD, what happened to them when I moved out? They
Uh-huh.
changed the name. They changed the name because they wanted to change the name, and that's what I objected to. They changed the name to Human Resource Management, so Hermage,
Okay.
which is in Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
And we were giving at that time, we were sort of guiding Caribbean managers out there and trainers to set up their own associations. So they now have a human resource association across the Caribbean.
Uh-huh.
But so that was Hermage. But then the Jamaica Customer Service Association, which is about the people too at work, started that. So that's 20 years. Hermage is now, they took the 20 years of the training and development with them. So they're 40 something. They probably soon be 50 years. And then Customer Service Association, which is Jamaica Customer Service Association. That one is 20 odd years now. And so, having now moved into OD, I started the OD network, Caribbean OD network
You're a mother of many
of
associations.
associations, right? But why that is important, though, professionals need to come together and
Sure.
collaborate and synergize and network in order to do the work.
So, look, I think one thing that popped into my mind is I believe that development and management are both important.
Right.
And if you're not uh, organizing activity and sustaining it, that's management. Then, of course, you're not going to succeed. And if you're
Right.
not, developing your people and letting them develop the
Themselves,
organization, just
precisely.
like yeah, just like the example you gave of the woman with the drawers
Right.
being turned into production,
Hmm.
food production. That's a great example. So anyway, that, congratulations on all these offspring of yours.
I like how you call it. Yeah, because with all of this age behind me, you see, I have many grandchildren,
Yeah, yeah, and if one of those associations
offsprings, I like that,
spins off another association, then you will have grandchildren associations.
and great grands
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who have regenerated.
Uh-huh. So you were saying a little bit about the most recent one though, the Caribbean OD.
Caribbean OD Network. Well,
Yeah.
as I said, our conference, which is going to be on April 22nd and 23rd at the Jamaica Pegasus, we we approached the Governor General in 2024. That's 2 years now, right?
Hmm.
He asked him to give us that week, the third week in April annually, declare it as the OD Transformation Week. And he did. So he gave a proclamation that that third week belongs to OD.
Okay. Nice.
And so that's why the conference is at that time. So we're
Hmm.
celebrating the week, and we usually start with a church service, and then we have the little conference, and we do an outreach. And I suppose as we continue to have those weeks, we will fill every day of the week with activity. But those are the three things we do right now, and we usually pay a visit to an institution of learning. We're affiliated very much now with UTech, the
Hmm.
University of Technology, Jamaica's university, and we collaborate with them in developing our OD people, organization development people. We've been doing this now for about 10 years. We have done about 200 or more graduates of that program, not through UTech, um, because it's just the past 5 years that we have connected with UTech. So prior to that, we did it before in different places. We started virtually and then we connected with another university and then we came to this one. But we have a professional OD course, which is a 72-hour program offered by CARI-CODE. It's our program. We developed that, but we have been assessed by the university and having met their standards. They come in and at the time of our practicum, they do a practicum review for us to give our participants their certificates.
Hmm.
That's,
Nice.
that's a professional OD course. We call it the PCOD,
It's mostly
professional.
online.
It's no, well, it's online now. It wasn't online before COVID, But
Hmm.
since COVID, we have put it online, and we've been, we've had well, about 3 or 4 graduations since that. So that course now we confer membership on those graduates.
Hmm.
And so they have become members of the network, and we have also recruited other persons of the network. So we're pretty close to about 200 members, and we have things from time to time. So it is that group that invited you, the network of the Caribbean Center for OD Excellence. They
Okay.
call the CODN. Some people say Coden, but the that network is now very active, and they collaborate with us for the conference.
Cool.
So,
So if I come down a day before the conference, can
mhm.
I get to the opening church service?
Yeah, the church is not the day before, because the conference, we have put the conference to Wednesday, Thursday.
Uh-huh.
So the church service is on the Sunday.
Oh, on
So if
Sunday.
you're
Okay.
there for the Sunday, then you would get the church service.
And if
It's
I stay a day after the conference, that's when you go to UTEC?
Yeah, we visit UTech, or some other place, but been visiting UTech because
Okay.
the technology we had a last year, we had the year before, we had a robot virtually, but last year we had a robot at the conference, and they provided that for us, so we were
Nice. Well,
able to.
I
Yeah.
might try to do that. So even if I have to wear a disguise or something, come along board.
No, but certainly whatever is happening, we'll let you know, and you'll be part of that.
Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah.
You had, I think, at your conference, my brother.
Yeah, I think that's 2017. That was before COVID.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
it
So it
was
was a while.
physical. It was, yeah, that was a physical conference, an in-person conference.
Yes,
And
yes.
again, too, I think we did it at the Pegasus as well.
And
At the
this will be an in-person conference mostly, right?
y- yes, the conferences are in person
Yeah,
so
yeah. Good,
far,
good,
right?
good.
We've been having in person. For
Yeah,
this,
he.
but for the customer service, we've been having virtual conferences for customer service
I've
since
seen the video.
COVID.
He led a song.
Oh yes, and he used Bob Marley's
Right.
one love.
One love. Yes.
Yes, he used that for we all, well, actually it was an assignment we got that we should all, in groups, we were to come up with a song or a skit, or a role play or something, and that group sang OD, let's get together and do OD.
Nice.
It was fun. Yeah.
Uh huh. Oh, we might have to dust that off or something during this thing.
I think we still have that video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do. I know he does.
Yeah.
So now, my workshop, which is a T group based workshop, is February 24th and 25th
Right.
in Kingston. So, you could
Well,
be there spontaneously and then still be able to get to this conference 2 months later.
right. Well, let me just say that your workshop, we certainly are, promoting that right now too.
Uh-huh.
I'm sending out,
I know you are. I know you are.
right.
I appreciate it.
But we it's going to be a little bit. It's not going to be a conflict in that, we have been doing a lot of work with an associate from Florida, Strategy Associates, and 2020 Innovation. It's two companies, and two,
Uh-huh.
Frank Vol and Rick Fernandez, and they have been helping us with Lean Six Sigma for the past 10 years. They have facilitated workshops for us, and we have graduated some black belts in Lean Six Sigma as well.
Hmm.
And for that program, for the first time this year, we are collaborating with UTech again, um, to because we've been looking at how can we anchor these programs for continuity, and so UTech is going to be partnering with us. But it's the 24th of February as well.
Ah,
But that's going to run for 2 weeks. On the Tuesday,
uh-huh.
Thursday, and it's evenings. I
Oh,
think it's evenings. It's going to be virtual, so
will you be there?
it won't
Oh,
conflict with
virtual.
yours.
It'll be virtual, you said.
It's going to be virtual and it's evenings.
Yeah, okay.
That's a yellow belt. We're going to do a yellow belt there, but
Yeah,
it's a different audience as well, different participants.
100% different content too.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
So, and your content is, you see, that part of the OD that we do, the structuring, writing of job descriptions, and that sort of
Uh,
thing. We don't our school. We are more advocating and promoting the psychological aspect, right? But we do have programs that deal with the technical, and
yeah, sort of a
Lean Six Sigma is one of them.
sure, sure.
So,
And those are important techniques, no
right,
doubt.
right, tools too that you need to use.
Yeah, yeah, and if there isn't alignment in the organization and effective uh, Lewinian change methods being employed, then the Six Sigma, the lean can be done poorly,
Precisely.
as I've seen it many places where they were just forced to do it, and then people resented it, and it never really got them the results they were looking for.
Hmm. Yeah,
So, which is more what my workshop deals with, is how do you
yeah.
actually create change that
You need to
sticks, you know.
combine the two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Always. Anything you're trying to implement, it would be
Hmm.
wise to do so where you're really engaging the people that are there and not just trying to force them to do something.
To take on, correct.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
Well, cool. So, I'm excited. We'll get to actually meet in person in April. Maybe spontaneously you'll pop in February.
right. No,
And
right. Anything is
and
possible.
anything's possible. Seems
Right.
like there's a good chance. If you do, we'll figure out how to feed you.
Yes, I'd love to come though. But two things you can do with that, you can videotape it. You can,
No,
yeah. Or you don't want
can't.
to. You
Yeah,
can.
there's 4 rounds of tea group in it, and it's pretty. Uh, People are nervous enough trying
Right,
to.
you don't want to tape it. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, yeah, I can't tape it. It's not that kind of a thing.
I know. Yeah, and they want to be free to, yeah, because we've had tea group sessions. Dr. Pat Battle, she had been with an NTL,
Uh
and
huh.
she's retired now, but she has been working with us on the tea groups. Her area though is resistance to change resistance. She did a change resistance inventory,
Uh
and
huh.
we've used her inventory a lot. But she worked with us with tea groups, and then Leroy Wells was the person who did my tea group when I started. Leroy wrote quite a lot of books for NTL, Dr. Leroy Wells, and he passed though.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Brendan Reddy, Dr. Brendan Reddy. We met Brendan actually because they came down for our graduation and so forth, because we actually were one of the first that brought the universities to us in Jamaica. And so we graduate. Actually, my university for my master's was University of Cincinnati. But
Oh, okay.
our graduation was at the Sheraton Kingston Hotel.
Where Warren Bennis was.
Yes, Warren Bennett.
Was he still there when you were a student?
No, it was Brendan Reddy. Yeah,
Okay.
Brendan Reddy. Brendan was the one, and I have a lot of his books here
Uh
still
huh.
too.
One
But
of Dad's articles was published by Warren Bennis at the University of Cincinnati. Student engagement without anarchy.
okay, yeah,
Because Dad had like 100 and I don't know how many groups, a whole bunch of groups at Gonzaga University where students were coming up with recommendations for the university,
okay,
and the whole structure of the university leadership was, prepared to receive and consider and make decisions on the recommendations. And so it was a kind of a radical event at
That was
Gonzaga.
Cincinnati.
Well, it was actually it occurred in Spokane, Washington, at Gonzaga, but
Uh,
then the write up about it that was published by the University of Cincinnati by Bennis.
oh, okay.
He-
Fine.
personally, I mean, he
Yes.
published it. He was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, hey, I just want to say you there's many things called the T group,
Right.
and the T originally stood for training,
Training. Mm-hmm.
and even NTL's version of it is quite different than the original, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Now
original.
as well too, because
What's that?
they've really. I said now it has even changed to that because I did my first T group about 25 or 30 years ago,
Okay.
and that's the one where we just got in the room and we sat, and the, the leader needed to emerge because, and I mean it was so powerful because people would get a little bit. What are we doing? What's going on? And nobody wanted to take ownership.
Uh
So
huh.
it was really quite a very interesting thing. And they said people have even, in some cases, they have just gotten up and left because they don't understand what's going on. Yeah,
Yeah, ours is much more structured than that. Like it
yeah.
was in the beginning. There's a like an understanding of what is it, what is a T group, what's the intention, how did it come into existence,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's theory, and then there's T group,
Mm-hmm.
where you apply the theory.
Right. And your own personal experiences.
Yeah, and then you go back to more theory, then you spend more time in T group.
Mhm.
And that's how the whole, usually it's a week, but that's how the whole 2 days goes in this
Mhm.
Kingston thing is there's structure, and then there's sort of like freedom to explore, and then there's more structure.
Mhm.
Uh, anyway,
So,
so
oh,
it's
and you end at 4 because ours
yes,
went very late at night. It went into, and I said it was residential. It needed to be,
sure.
in residence. So it was pretty intense.
Well, the
So,
Leadership Institute of Seattle, where I'm a professor,
mhm.
there's 6 residencies a year. The whole
Right.
graduate program, where you get a master's degree in OD and leadership,
Mhm.
and leadership management in OD is the degree. But there, you're in residency for a week, and the days are 8:30 to 5:30.
Mhm.
But you're in T group frequently throughout the whole 6 week
Yes.
experience. And it's a 2 year program, so that's more like what you experienced as.
Yes, definitely. It was very intense, but that use of self too. I don't know
Yes.
if you've ever heard of Mayan. What was her surname now? Ying, I think. She went to England. She came out of the U.S. and she went in England. She's of Asian descent,
Uh huh.
and she started working with us on use of self. She has done a lot of research on the use of self,
Okay.
and but she passed now. I think about 2 years ago. But her work was really dedicated herself and Dave Jamieson.
Yes, I know Dave.
Right, Dave was at our conference last year. He came down.
Uh huh.
And,
Nice. He's great.
he did quite a bit of research with her on
Yes.
using self, the use of
Okay, I'm
self.
familiar
So
with his research.
yeah, so that aspect of it is very similar to the T group as well.
Sure, you learn how to, for instance, if I'm worried about how my customer is relating to his direct reports or her direct reports, the fact that I'm worried about it or troubled by it is information inside me
Hmm.
that then I have to choose: do I tell the person that I'm concerned about or not?
Hmm. Yeah.
uh, and there's always risk involved and all that, just like
Hmm.
there is for anyone in an organization. uh, but yeah, you're paying attention to your own experience in the
Hmm.
consulting work. You're not just following a cookie cutter program,
Precisely. Yes,
which makes it more interesting.
of course.
I think.
Very definitely so.
Yeah. Yeah. We want people to come to life, so we have to do the same.
Yeah, that's for sure. So
Well,
the
look,
work continues, the Gil.
what's that?
I said the work continues.
Always. It's work. The work on self is never ending. I don't think so.
Definitely.
I wouldn't want it to end.
It's a lifetime.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, it
yeah.
won't end, and that's why I'm saying to you, whatever it is, we'll carry it. That part of us will carry it to that. So it's unending.
Well, that seems likely.
Yeah.
So, Ilsa, this has been lovely, and I mean, we've mostly covered what I hoped we would cover. Is there anything else that you would really like to explore, or that you want people to know?
Well, just that this work that is we do. I know that for some persons it's, well, let's get on with the job, let's get on with the work, but we really do need to pause and pay attention to how we get people ready for work and get them ready for change, and to bring out the best in ourselves. So if we're going to be doing that, then we really do need to give time to looking at the social side, our interactions, and looking at the side of it that will make us make the change. So the work we do in OD is actually essential. I think that it's easier to sell the harder side, but this is what is known as the softer side, which is not so soft after all.
That's true.
It's
That's
it's
why we call our T group workshops tough stuff.
Right, it's tough.
Yep.
Teaming, yes, I like that one because it is. But we make it simple for people because our role is to facilitate as well, and make things easy for people, make people comfortable, make it easy for them to learn and to change because we're creatures of habit, and once we get comfortable, we don't want to lean in that zone that takes us out of our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, so
Yep. And sometimes even learning
oh
comes
yes,
from moments of
hard.
discomfort.
It's hard
Yes.
because there are lessons now that I am still learning, and I'm saying, will I get there? Because it's so hard to make that change. You know it. Well, you think you know it. It's Aristotle, I think, who said, to know is to do. But you think you know it, but you really don't know that you don't know that you don't know.
Sure.
So,
There's
so yeah.
always the unknown.
So I say that my work is really to be a messenger to make sure that we develop and enjoy the best of this life that we have, and to make it be so for others. And after we pass on, that others will have caught that and carry on. So that's what it is.
That's lovely, Ilsa. So
Yes.
now I see here the website for the carry code.
Oh yes, Carry Dash Code, because there's another guy out there in the Caribbean with almost the same name. But he started after us.
Okay, this is
Code. Yeah.
carry-code.com.
Yes.
It has Ian Williams on the front.
Ian. Ian is the CODN. Ian is the CODN president.
Okay, so this is the right place.
Yeah, if you go to homepage, I think that's on. I might have sent you that for the. You were doing a talk for the CODN, which is this
Uh-huh.
Caribbean OD network. But carry code, go to home.
Okay, I see it. I see
Yes,
it.
they're on
Yeah,
our.
I just Googled it just now, and it came up. It put me on the
Oh,
CODN page for some reason because of what I asked. So really, carrycode.com. That's one way that people could get a hold of you and your organization.
right. Very definitely so.
Is that the best way?
Yes, true. Well, we have emails, but we have a carry code,
Okay,
CW Jamaica. But that whatever is there, they can use for now to get us.
cool. And they can, if someone gets a hold of me, I'll send them to you. I'll
Right.
connect them to you.
And same here.
Lovely. Okay.
So we'll be putting you up there soon as well.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I give thanks for that. I give thanks for this conversation.
It was
Uh,
lovely. Thanks for having me.
oh, it's been a pleasure. So, really, is there anything else you want to say?
Well, no, just that the work continues, and we need to just love each other. It's one love,
One love.
one love.
Okay, on that note, thank you, dear listeners. And that is a wrap for today. Hey, I appreciate you listening. This, again, is Gil Crosby. And I want you to take advantage of what's available to you. I have many free materials. I am happy to talk to people about their situations, especially if you're trying to create change, either social change or organization change. We have frequent workshops that are available, T group workshops. If you have never been in a T group with us, then don't miss it in your life. It's many people have said to me, of all the trainings I've ever received, I got this one 30 years ago and it's the only one that stuck with me. You're learning from your actual interactions with the other participants and with the faculty. The faculty are walking the same talk that they're teaching of behavioral skills. It's a training workshop. That's what the T stands for. This is done in the spirit of the creation of T groups by Kurt Lewin and his associates. It's for groups, it's for teams. That's how it was originally designed. It is a opportunity to learn about theory and put it directly into practice. Again, the original design, you learn things and then you put them into practice. It was not just all ambiguity, which is how some T groups, most are led today, where the faculty hardly says anything. That's not how this is designed. So join us for that. There's always workshops. There's the Leadership Institute of Seattle, a 2-year program where you will learn from T groups and learn how to do all the organization development work that my father designed, most of it, and I continue that practice alongside my brother Chris and many other associates. So don't be a stranger. There's a lot going on. It's always changing. So be in touch, and it's on the website, crosbyod.com. I look forward to working with you in your organization or as you pursue things like reducing gun violence and decreasing racism in our society. Whatever your goals are, the social science of Kurt Lewin guides how to achieve those goals in a reliable way. And so that's what I apply and practice every day. And I invite you to do the same. Together, we can create high productivity and morale in organizations. We can create stronger foundations for democracy. We can create a better world.